to Living United with the United Way of the Brown County area. My name is Sandra Uni. I'm the Executive Director at the United Way of the Brown County area, and I, as always, love to have my guests come in, and once a month I get to talk with someone who's with our partner agencies or someone that we're affiliated with. And today I have Ivy House, and I'm always excited to hear about the fun things that are happening with Ivy House. So tell us who you are, what Ivy House is all about, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, well, my name is Trisha Holman, and I'm the Executive Director at Ivy House. I'm on year 3 now, so I just finished my complete second year at Ivy House, so it's been a fun and wild ride, and I'm excited to see what this year brings for us.
Well, there have been a lot of changes at the Ivy House.
Yes.
A lot of growth, I think, is what.
A ton of growth, yes.
So tell us, 3 years ago when you first started, where was Ivy House, and tell me about where you're at now. Because you were just telling me some exciting things.
Yeah, so when I started at Ivy House, I would say our numbers were anywhere from 40 kids a year to 50. And in the last 3 years, we do about 90 kids a year now. So our numbers have doubled. And I just think the word is getting out about our services, and we become a trusted resource in the community, which I think is great. And it just takes time to for people to know who you are and trust us. So we provide free and confidential care for children ages 0 to 10 when their families are in crisis or stressful situations.
Now, what's wonderful about that situation is that a lot of people might not be aware that this is very unique.
Yes.
Ivy House is a unique entity,
yes.
and not all communities across Minnesota or the Midwest have them.
Right.
Tell us more about how unique you guys are.
Yeah, so currently we're the only home-based crisis nursery in the state of Minnesota. We have the children come to our home. Usually crisis nurseries they use the foster care model, so kids can go to different foster cares each time or daycares. But we knew when we started we wanted the same consistent family home that the children came to. They slept in the same bed, played with the same toys, had the same child care provider care for them. And it really has become a place for some kids in our community that, like, a second home to them, and they just love coming to us, and we love caring for the kids. So we are the only one operating like this in the state. We would love, hopefully our growth will be to open more Ivy Houses.
Wow.
Or expand our services, because we believe there should be a service like this in every single community in Minnesota.
And I would agree.
Yes.
I would agree.
Yep.
What has always appealed to me is that whenever I've talked to you or I've interfaced with people that work with Ivy House, your staff is really consistent.
Yes, we have our family advocate has been with us for 6 years, and we are 7 years old. We have child care providers that are on year 3, 4, and a lot of our child care providers, it's their second job, and they just do it for the mission, to care for the sweet kiddos that come to us.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So I've often thought about that, the fact that you have child care workers that have been with you for so long. That is an extension of what you do. It really is. That is a real big draw for you, because those kids come in and they know you. They know the same people. It is like a home.
Yeah.
It's a family, a second family for some of these
absolutely.
kids.
Yeah, and we started out all volunteer-based, so all of our child care providers were volunteers, but we have grown and worked our way up, and now we're all paid child care staff. We have a paid program manager, family advocate. I'm the director, so it's grown into quite an operation, and we're excited. We just hired our first full-time provider to work Monday through Friday, daytime hours, so that will help to provide more care to families when they need us.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So tell me, when I think about Ivy House and you say crisis nursery and all those things, a lot of people might be asking themselves, what really is that? What does that really mean? What does that look like? So if you could, without giving any confidential information, give us like maybe a success story or a partner story. Of maybe a family that's been
there's
affected.
there's so many rushing through my head. I actually did a grant report today, so I have a couple fresh in my mind. But one example is we have a mom that was homeless and couch hopping with her little guy, and she called us, and our family advocate is amazing. She worked with her, got her job interviews, and we watched the child so she could go on job interviews. She worked with we have a housing resource person in Brown County now, so we connected her with him. And now it took about, I'd say, 4 or 5 months, and now she moved into her first apartment with her son. She's never lived anywhere on her own. She's always kind of couch hopped and not had a home, and so she's in her first home with her son, and we were able to refer Heart to Home to her, so they furnished her apartment. And now we don't see her, but that's what we want.
But that's
right?
it. That's success.
That's because we were there when she needed us, and if anything happens again, we'll be there for her in the future. But she is rocking it as a single mom and doing such a great job.
And a
we're so
walking
proud of her.
testimonial of what you do.
Yes, yeah, and that's 50 some more families like that.
That is so exciting.
Yes.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Now you say mom. We just actually got a call back in my office today about a gentleman who was looking for some services. So is it just for moms currently with you guys, or is it for dads too? Tell me more about that.
Moms, single dads, moms and dads together. We have families who parents are together. They both work, and if they miss work, they will be out of a paycheck. And that, to us, to anyone, is a crisis to not get paid, because then how do you pay your rent? How do you pay your groceries? So a crisis can be anything, right? Anything that adds stress to your life. It doesn't have to be, when we think of crisis, we think of really hard things, death, abuse, all that stuff. But really, we just want to support families through their stressful situations. And if the daycare closes last minute,
That's
that's stress, because not working can snowball into bigger things.
And I even remember those days.
Yes,
I had
same.
childcare, but if your childcare calls in sick, what do you do?
What do you
And
do?
you need to take the day off, and
Yeah.
then you don't get paid for that day, and it's a snowball.
Yeah, it's
Everything
turns into a
just-
big thing. Yes.
Yeah.
And we want to prevent that. We don't want families to be struggling. We just strive to walk with all families and support them. And when families are strong, only good things can happen in a community.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. Strong families really translate into a strong community.
Yes.
And wonderful thing about New Ulm is the strong community that we have, because
Yes.
not only do we have Ivy House, but we have so many other not-for-profits
Yes, it's
that
amazing.
are here to help families.
Yes, we actually had a mom call us back in November, and she lived in New Ulm. And I won't say which community she moved away to, but she moved away, and a few months later she called us and said, I have to come back. I don't have any resources where I'm at. It's horrible. So we were able to work with, our favorite buddies at Numis House. We work with them quite a bit. So we were able to connect with Numis House and all the great things in New Ulm. And same thing, she's back in an apartment and doing awesome.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That is so exciting. So you said you've served how many kids last year?
So 2023, we did 91 children.
And
Yes.
where are you at this year in comparison?
So we are a little less, I would say. We're probably at almost 70. We're just seeing a lot more families with less children, I'd say. That's the trend we're
Okay.
seeing now. So instead of families with 3 or 4 children, we're seeing 1 or 2. So that kind of affects the numbers. But about the same amount of families, 45 to 50.
And how many kiddos can you have at Ivy House at one time?
We're licensed 1 to 3 or 2 to 6. So I think that's why kids love coming to Ivy House, because 1 to 3 is a pretty small ratio.
That's
so you get
great.
really great adult attention, really great interactions.
And a lot of times that's what they need.
Absolutely.
Because
Yes.
especially if
Yeah.
mom or dad or both are working a
Yeah.
lot of hours, it's hard to spread yourself across.
Yes.
And knowing that you've got partners in care,
Yeah.
someone who's going to love your kid just as much as you
Yes.
do and take care of your kid,
Yes.
that's huge.
Love can do so much for a kiddo.
Isn't that isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So how do you guys run? I mean, we're not for profit. We know that.
Yep. So we're a nonprofit, and we run on grants, donations, and fundraising. So we don't receive any sort of state or county funding or state grants, anything like that. We rely heavily on our community, and our community has shown up for us and continues to support us.
And that's really important for people to understand, because a lot of times people just assume, well, there's federal grant money,
Yes,
or there's
right.
there's this or that. And in most cases,
No.
with organizations such as yours and mine and the other agencies that we work with, there is no other funding. There
No.
is no federal or state dollars that get funneled to you, and
Right.
so it is very much a love project for
Yes.
the community.
Yeah. And I would say New Ulm is a very generous community.
Yes.
it's pretty amazing. I, as a director, I see hard things in my job with kids and families, but I get the privilege of seeing the beautiful side of a giving community that just wants to help us. And it's whether they donate money, or all of a sudden, like, we'll have Amazon packages on our doorstep because they're purchasing items on our wish list.
Isn't that the best? Is it like mindful giving kind of thing where they give?
Yeah, we have a wish list, and then they can and it just comes up on we have got a water table recently, a vacuum, kids clothing.
How exciting.
It's
like Christmas.
Yes, it is. Yes, and checking the mail is always so fun too.
Yes, it is, isn't it? It is true. Oh
Yes.
my gosh. So if you had to say 3 words to describe Ivy House to someone who's never been there before. I'm working it today.
Yeah.
Here. Can you tell? I'm making you think hard. 3 words that would describe Ivy House to someone who has not really experienced it before.
Yeah, I would say loving, non-judgmental, because we're not here to judge or to what the families are going through. We support unconditionally, and support. I would say we just really want to help families. We love them. We want to love on them, love their kids, to show them that they're like New Ulm embraces them, and we just want them the best for them.
And that is so true. And New Ulm, thankful to people like you who watch Living United and are savvy about what's going on in our community. We have savvy donors
Yes, yeah.
in New Ulm. They see the need and they don't hesitate.
They show up, right?
They're there, and that is huge.
Yes,
And that's what's so exciting about what you do and what all of our partners.
Yeah, it's amazing for a town this size, and even Brown County as a whole. But we're not a huge community.
No, and we pull off a lot, don't we?
We do.
So,
we do.
thinking now, here's the summer. Does that mean that you're busier? Does the summer, because of no school, do you
Right.
see an influx of families, or does it slow down, or what do you typically
It
see?
ebbs and flows. My goodness, the fall time is usually like elevated, super busy, and then it'll kind of dip a little bit, and then January it spikes, February, and then also we hit April, May, June. And it's insane. We've had a quiet couple of weeks now, but we really desperately needed it. In April and May, we went 33 days straight with children in the house. Wow. We've never done that before. We did 26 kids in 1 month, which is another record for us.
Wow.
We've given out in 3 months almost 500 diapers. Because we have a basic needs program too, so we can support families with diapers, clothing, wipes, things they need
So if
outside of
someone
house.
is watching today and they wanted to provide some support, and maybe not writing a check, but they would love to gift you something.
Yeah.
What are some things that people can pick up when they're at Walmart or the grocery store, wherever, that can easily?
Yeah, we
take care of
always need diapers. I would say size 5, 6 are the most common. Those are like the toddler sizes. Clothing, new clothes, it's always nice. We get donated clothes a lot that are handed to us from donors, but new clothes is kind of special. One unique thing we do is we support Brown County Human Services. So if a child is removed from their home, they can come to Ivy House until they find a foster care. So in those cases, we love to load them up on brand new items. So I think hairbrushes, ponytails, underwear, clothing, blankets, stuffed animals, things like that.
So how can they get that to you? Because we know that Ivy House itself,
Yes.
the address is kind of kept
A little
quiet.
low-key,
It's
yes.
low key. It's
Yes.
not like you can just knock on the door and say, "Hi, I'm here," and we'll drop something up.
Yep.
What would be the best avenue of what if someone wanted to donate?
Yep, so we will give out the address individually. So if someone just wants to message us on Facebook, or my email is just Trisha, TRISHA, at ivyhousemn.org. And it's house, HOUSE, not the HO.
HA.
Yeah, US.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. And as always, we partner with Ivy House, and so
Yeah.
if you ever have something and you can drop it off even to our office, we would
Absolutely.
absolutely
Yes.
make sure that you get to it.
Yes.
And we're located right downtown, 108 North Minnesota, the old Clifton Larson Allen building, And so we have people in and out of our office all the time
Yeah.
now that we're downtown, and so people could drop something off to us, and we would gladly make sure that it gets to you.
Yeah, and then we could see each other. kind of
Exactly,
visit.
because we don't see each other very often.
Yeah.
We are so busy doing our mission that
Yes.
we forget about seeing each other outside
Yes.
of that. But that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, monetary donations.
Yep.
Donations of items that you can use.
Yeah.
But there's always the fundraisers.
Yes.
And they're huge. It's a
Yes.
necessary thing.
It is, yep.
We all need to do it with our nonprofits.
Yep.
But we want to do it wisely, and we want to do it,
Fiscally
with
responsible,
intent, right? With good intent.
Yes.
So you must have something in the works.
Yeah, so we just announced, previously we had a beer and wine tasting that we were pretty well known for. And then when I came on, part of the problem is we couldn't tell our mission at the beer and wine tasting because it's a really fun event. People are having a lot of fun. They're laughing, celebrating our work. But it's loud, and we never got to present our mission. So we thought it was important to have a fundraiser where we could sit everyone down and really tell them what we do. Just share some success stories and, tell them where their donation is going when they support us. But this year, there's been a few people who have been telling us, like, that was a really fun event. We would like to have it back. So we are bringing it back this year, the wine tasting. So we'll be having two fundraisers this year. So 10/10, October 10th at the New Ulm Country Club. And we're going to call it Cheers to Ivy House. And it'll just be a celebration, a fun night to just celebrate the work we're doing in our community.
That's great. And
Yes.
so they can go to your website. There will be information.
We'll start to release some information soon. We're partnering with Mike Esser at Liquor Mart. He's kind of
Yeah, he's
helping
so
put
good.
it all together.
He's so good.
Great. He's great. Yes. So we'll get some more stuff out on social media and some flyers around town. But we're really looking forward to just
Now this will be a ticketed event.
just purchase a ticket at the door.
Oh, so
We're keeping it simple.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. So
Yes.
that's exciting. That's
Yeah,
very exciting.
yes.
So at the last
Yep.
minute, if someone could just
Yeah,
walk
a girls' night, a date night.
in. Love it.
Yep, just come have some hors d'oeuvres, taste some drinks, and support a great nonprofit.
That's amazing. That's fantastic. So
Yes.
anything else that you were just dying to tell us?
I don't know. I
About
think
ideas.
things are going really well. We're really busy, and just know we're doing such amazing work. Like, we wish we could tell you all that we're doing, but because of confidentiality, we can't. But it's some really great things behind the scenes have been going on, and I just think, where would these families and children be without us?
And speaking of behind the scenes, you have a board.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yep.
So how many people are on your board?
So we have 11 on our board of directors.
Okay.
And they're made up of all different community leaders. Everyone has great talents they're just wonderful, wonderful people that really, truly love our mission too.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't do it without a good board.
No.
I feel so blessed too with the United Way board.
Yeah.
I have a solid board, and
Yeah,
it's
it makes a huge
a
difference.
huge difference
Yes.
to know that you've got them behind you.
Yeah.
So,
Yep, they're great. Yeah.
So that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, any other tidbits, Tricia, before we head out?
I don't think so. If you do want more information, you can always find us on our website at ivyhousemn.org.
Fantastic. And is there a phone number, just in case?
Yeah, so we have a business phone number.
Okay.
It's 507-354-7626. And we also have a 24/7 crisis line. So if anyone is looking for care and needs support, that's 507-766-6925.
All right. What about employment opportunities? Do you have anything open?
We are fully staffed. I know, it's amazing.
Oh my gosh,
yeah, we
that's
hired
exciting.
the full-time provider, and now we're
You're
good.
set for a
we're
while.
set. We're set.
That is fantastic.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for
It's
having
always
me.
it's always fun to chat with
Yes.
you. And
Yeah.
and again, this is Tricia Homan. She's with the Ivy House, one of our wonderful not-for-profits that we have here in town, and we partner together with the United Way, and it's just an amazing not-for-profit that's here for families and to build and strengthen our community. So thank you for your time in watching us today. Again, my name is Sandra Uni. I'm the Executive Director with the United Way of the Brown County area, and thank you for joining us with Living United.